Deontay Wilder is returning to the boxing ring in June, and his opponent is some guy I've never heard of. I don't mean to be disrespectful, I understand the graft and dedication it takes to even become a journeyman boxer, let alone world champion, but Tyrrell Anthony Herndon is a very strange choice of opponent for Deontay Wilder's comeback. Tyrrell is 287th in the world heavyweight rankings, is 37 years old, and 4 out of his 5 losses have been by KO. It's safe to say that Wilder is going to decimate this dude. On one hand, I get it, Wilder has been on a bit of a skid recently and has been finished quite a bit himself. But there's plenty of interesting matchups they could have made that would have also been winnable fights for Wilder. Just because you're on a losing streak, it doesn't mean you gotta go back to tomato cans. Wilder was former world champion for fuck's sake. Now, fans might say that Anthony Joshua did the exact same thing when he was trying to rebuild with his fight against Jermaine Franklin. Tyrrell Herndon and Jermaine Franklin are not even comparable. Franklin had a very close fight with Dillian Whyte, where most fans thought he should have got the decision before AJ inked a bout with him. He showcased some real skill in that match against Dillian Whyte, and he isn't just a glorified tomato can like this Tyrrell dude. I mean, Tyrrell has no signature wins to speak of on his resume, and I feel like this Wilder return fight is just a waste of time. In the last couple of years, boxing has improved significantly when it comes to its matchmaking and how the best typically fight the best now. Even if a fighter loses and needs to have a quote warm-up bout, the opponent chosen is typically around the same level or maybe just below. With Wilder vs Herndon though, the drop-off in skill level between Zhang and Herndon is fucking unbelievable, especially because he's already known as one of the most powerful punchers in the sports. And this whole event comes off as very weird. I looked this fight up thinking it was probably going to be on DAZN or something, especially after Eddie Hearn picked Wilder as the team captain for the Matchroom Queensberry 5v5 card, but no, I was completely wrong. Apparently this fight is going to be on a new platform called Black Prime, B-O-K Prime, in which I was looking at the website and it seems that they're going to stream the Rampage vs Rashad Evans boxing card on there too. I'm sure that this new broadcaster will do a small handful of events with big names, sink large amounts of money into them, not get a decent return on investment, and will cease operations, just like Triller and all of these other small promotions. I appreciate new platforms and companies trying to get in on the boxing game. More competition in the space is a good thing because it forces Matchroom, Queensberry, Golden Boy, DAZN, PBC, everyone in the sport to basically adapt and improve to retain their audience base. I'm not opposed to new players in the boxing game, but I'm just perplexed at the approach Wilder and his team are taking for this return. What fight should have Wilder taken instead? Acknowledging Wilder is 39 years old and only has 1 or 2 fights left in him, and also how he's on a losing streak, I think Francis Ngannou would have been the perfect opponent choice for Wilder. Both guys have suffered bad knockout losses, both are pretty much at the end of their careers, and Ngannou vs Wilder would be a massive fight for redemption. It's a fun non-title fight, and it has 2 very big names. Oh, and not to mention that they both hit like fucking semi-trucks, and the promoters surrounding an Ngannou vs Wilder matchup could just market the fight based on that aspect alone. Similar to how Saudi Arabia did it with the AJ vs Ngannou card. I'd love Ngannou to win a boxing match, and I think he can against Wilder. The latter's low punch output in his last few fights, and general bad boxing fundamentals makes this a winnable fight for Ngannou. However, Wilder still has massive punching power and can shut anyone's lights out. Part of the reason why he didn't against Joseph Parker, barring Wilder not throwing anything, is because Parker boxed incredibly well. It was a very measured performance and he didn't make any mistakes. Parker and Zhang for that matter are 10 times better boxers than Ngannou and have much better defense, so it's definitely possible for Wilder to catch him and land on the targets. So yeah, they should set this fight in Africa under the Riyadh Season banner and call it a day. Wilder vs Ngannou would be the perfect comeback and retirement fights for both fighters, and it sucks that Wilder's management are wasting the rest of this guy's career setting up bouts with tomato cans. The dude's 39, he's gonna retire sooner or later. Why are you putting him in these bullshit fights? I'm sure you guys feel the same about Wilder vs Herndon, but what do you guys think about this fight? Let me know and I'll catch you down the road.